win it, but after that, Gabriel Clemens could not get close. And the destruction of Michael van Gerwen from James Wade is right up there with the best displays from anyone we have seen here this weekend. He is looking in ominous form once again as he chases a 4th UK Open title. Rob Cross is looking to win this for the first time. He has been to the final before. As you can see, that was back in 2019. He has had a scare himself. Mike De Decker got a dart to beat him. But the other matches, he also had to work very, very hard. He was excellent against Jan van Veen, and he closed out the game very well against Daryl Gurney. It's been a good, consistent level of performance from Voltage. And Glendowen, that's important because you saw from the graphic there, he comes into this ranked 20th in the world, and he is looking for something to push himself back up to where he thinks he belongs.
Yeah, thanks, Dan, and good afternoon, everybody.
First leg, James to throw first. Game on.
And for Rob Cross, a win here this weekend, it would put him back in the top 16. It'd move him up to number 14 in the world, but you certainly won't be overlooking James Wade, who was spectacular. And you have to look at all facets of the game with James Wade. That match with Chris Dobey I watched, and I think I come off at the end of that one with the conclusion, Dan, that only James Wade could have beat Chris that day. He had an 84 finish at 9 each when Dobey was sat pretty. Dobey had dominated a lot of the game, and just with that last dart in the hand, there's only him that can do, and it's not by luck or by chance. He's just done it so many times. I think he looks as good as ever.
40.
Yeah, and obviously we always talk about Wade and his finishing prowess, his ability to finish under pressure, and when you are arguably the best that the sport's ever seen at that particular thing,
59.
that is going to stand out. But there is a fallacy about James Wade, that he cannot score with the big boys. He can. He doesn't do it as often, but he really can score heavily. He certainly did that against Van Gerwen.
Yeah, he's very difficult to break as well, you see. He's just such a tough nut to crack. In fact, they're both battle-hardened champions. They really have. Been looking forward to this game. It's good to see Cross showing some form, but it's Wade who's out the traps quickly here. And looking good for this opening leg.
56.
Nothing to worry about for James Wade. Cross will not leave a finish in 320 after that first start.
43.
It might be some time before he gets down to a finish after those three.
4 tops.
32.
And I witnessed the game last night with Danny Noppert with that one dart, and then that type of finish Wayne was talking about in the opening game with Ratajski and Rock, those 70 finish, the 72s, the 68, and for me there's been no one better in the game than James Wade. He's dominated this opening leg and takes the opening one. 16 dart, hold the throw.
Second leg, Rob to throw first.
16 darter, Rob Cross not even in the picture.
Game on.
As James Wade sorts it out. Beaten finalist last year, James Wade. Played some magnificent stuff. And then the final got a bit of a hiding, let's be honest, at the hands of Luke Littler.
93.
In the quarter-final stages last year, he produced a stunning end to the game to beat Luke Humphries 10-9.
100.
Yeah, for a lot of the statisticians as well, there was that one this morning where we could have done the same 4 people who qualified for the semi-final, and the reason I highlight that is the semi-finals last year. It's a tournament which 59. Is known for being chaotic. It's a tournament which is known for unpredictable results. You can expect a repeat of semi-finals of the 4 players in some of the major tournaments, but this one would mean if James Wade
43.
won, Luke Littler won, we would then be looking at Johnny Clayton to beat Gerwyn Price in the last game for the same 4 players to go through.
Yeah, and that is, with the open draw, no seedings, that is utterly mad were it to happen.
93.
We have seen 2 people make it to the semi-finals. Of course, you've seen repeat finals in consecutive years. But were we to get even 3, that would be a record, let alone all 4. Some way to go, though.
Yes, both players certainly don't fly around the hockey. We see so many of the younger players now. It's just that rat-attack game.
140.
It's a nice rhythm to this one. Cross was dreadful in that opening leg. He was just beginning to find that treble.
96. Robbie require 116.
James Wade, one of the longest careers around, has managed to leave himself on 166.
Meaning 6 darts here from Rob Cross, so no problems whatsoever.
60.
He will be back and he'll expect 2 darts at a double. All Wade can do is put pressure on that.
100. Robbie require 56.
Does he want to go to the double 18? Looks like it.
Game shot the second
Yes,
leg.
that is an excellent sign for
Third
Rob
leg,
Cross, because
James
you get the
throw
feeling
first.
if he is going to
Game on.
beat Wade, that 18 segment is going to be vital.
Yeah, the game will get better. That's for sure. I mean, that's some epic battles between 2018 to 2021. It was a Players' Championship final, a World Series of Darts semi-final, Grand Slam quarter-final, but it was also very much a Premier League semi-final as well. So they know each other's games. This just
100.
feels really big. They'll fancy the chances. They'll look at the 8 players. They'll see that this is a game where both players will fancy their chances to win this match.
140.
There was a brief period when they were in the same sort of management stable as well, so they were travelling around together. I mean, I think James Wade's been managed by every manager that's ever managed a darts player.
Nowadays. 99.
Used the word longevity earlier, and if you have a look at some of the throws of James Wade for when he was a much younger player, that throw hasn't changed. It's simple, it's effective, it's efficient.
Or 132. James require 121.
Once again, Wade is down to a finish on his own throw, and Rob Cross is not.
97.
That will do.
Robbie require 170.
Okay. Kurt Bevins has said he requires 170. Our scoreboard says 210. So as an extra treble, it doesn't matter anyway.
51. James require 24. Game shot third leg. James Wade. Fourth leg. Rob to throw
Double six
first.
is there.
Game on.
2-1, all going with throw. Nobody's had a dart to break. We saw this with Anderson and Schindler yesterday, and it sort of played out like that pretty much all the way through the first 10 legs before Gary Anderson got the bit between his teeth
39.
and produced unbelievable darts in the final session to tear off into the distance.
Yeah, I think we called it shadow boxing early doors. Feels like it's advantage Wade at the moment, watching the pair of them. In fact, looking at the averages, it's definitely advantage Wade. And an early mistake here from Rob Cross in this fourth leg has given Wade an opportunity.
Yeah, if the numbers stay like that, there's only one winner.
137.
James Wade is an expert at winning games of darts when he's got an average below that of his opponent. He picked up the first Pro Tour title of the year, doing that more often than he
43.
out-averaged his opponent. Game after game after game, he was 2, 3, 4, 5, even more points behind in the averages. Does not matter because he was taking his chances.
140. $121.
Just see Cross just looking at his score, looking at Wade's score, just looking what he needs to do. You know, 6 darts. I don't mind that play. I felt the 25 was going to come into this combination.
97.
It's certainly not a gimme. So Wade with an opportunity for himself to get down to a very makeable finish.
$131. Robbie require
He's gone to the
88.
17s because he was, if he got the single, he felt left a better number, but he's got the treble and he's not got as much benefit from it. Bullseye for Cross to make it irrelevant anyway and level this game at 2 apiece. And he doesn't do it. Now,
41.
James Wade,
James
because he
requires
went for the
66.
17s, it's 66 left. How many darts at double does he get? He'll only get 1 max. He often only needs 1.
Games on the fourth leg, James Wade. Fifth leg, James to throw first.
What were you worried about, Dan?
Game.
Yeah, one thing you do want to do is go 4-1 down. He's so good at protecting
100.
such a good front runner. And there's that big score and we mentioned earlier from James Wade. He's looking really good. He's settled very nicely in this match and now averaging over a ton.
140.
He's the master at doing enough to win games, but he's doing more than enough here because he is significantly
51.
better than Bobby Cross in the opening exchanges of this.
Well, there was a conversation last night in commentary about how stubborn James Wade is. Doesn't often go down to the 19s, and we can often criticise as pundits of why he doesn't use the 19s. Maybe them last 3 darts is the reason why.
Well, this is how you consolidate a break of throw. Couple of 180s for James Wade. Potential 4-visit leg incoming. Rob Cross is going to get down to a finish. It was his best scoring leg, Rob Cross, but he might not get anything for it.
It's double 15. And it's a high-class start for James Wade. Very, very impressive. Rob Cross strides off. He's got a lot of work to do. But in the early exchanges, advantage to James Wade. He leads after the first session by 4 legs to 1.
Sunday afternoon at a holiday camp on the South Coast in March. Where else would you want to be? It's the final day of the Ladbrokes UK Open, and this is the quarter-final lineup. Already seen Josh Rock overcome Krzysztof Ratajski. Brilliant end to the game from Rocky as he booked his spot in the semis for the second consecutive year. Looks like James Wade may join him there. Last year's beaten finalist. He started brilliantly against Rob Cross. Luke Littler against Danny Noppert to follow this, and then the all-Welsh clash between the World Cup of Darts partners Gerwyn Price and Johnny Clayton. But Rob Cross needs a response here because he has been very much second best, limited to just 2 darts at double in this game. Granted, he got a dart at 56, which he took immediately. Had he taken the bullseye for an 88, he would have held his throw in that 4th leg, and we'd still be on throw. And there wouldn't be any real damage done, despite him being significantly poorer than James Wade. However, Wade has got that break. And can he see this through? He's been very, very strong this weekend.
Yes, he's had to have some comebacks this week, Rob Cross, and he has been working not just on his technical aspect of his game, but like many of the dart players this day, he's also been working on the mental side. Well, that'll be tested now because, as I mentioned earlier, James Wade is the toughest nut to crack. I used the word longevity earlier, Dan. This is his 70th Premier event quarter-final. We go all the way back to 2006 at the World Match Play for his first one. He went on to reach the final from there.
99.
He is a real superstar of this game, and he's playing, as I mentioned, as good as I've ever seen him play. He looks rock solid. These are difficult, difficult moments for Cross.
100.
Yeah, and has been in loads more UK Opens than anybody else. He was in the very first one in 2003 and has played every single one since. He is to the UK Open what Paul Robinson is to neighbours.
134.
This sort of performance is going to make him feel good.
$140.
Good response there from
Robbie
Wade, but
Require
still advantage to Rob Cross. A tricky finish, the 129. He'd be manoeuvring around the board. A shake of the head as he glares at that treble 20. And where Wade is playing in the way he can hit you hard.
21.
Expect this to go.
51 required. He can't get it. He is such a good bullseye hitter.
97.
Always
Robbie
a great
requires
finisher full stop,
72.
but one of the very best in the world at the bullseye and has been for years. Doesn't get a go at it. Rob Cross, treble 20 for double 6. Can lead the double 18. Chances have been few and far between.
54.
Can't take this one.
James Require 24.
Yeah, did not like that one coming out of his hand, did he? And that's the issue when you're 4-1 down and you know your opponent is sat in a double. Favoured side of the board.
So well. Robbie Require 18.
Felt like a real opportunity to put the squeeze on Cross, who splits the 18 to leave double 4. And hangs on in there.
Rob Cross. Something like James to throw first. Game on.
It feels like Rob Cross is scrapping away in this game. Attribute you associate with James Wade. But at 5-1, you felt it was one-way traffic at that point, so I was about to say, can Cross kick on from that double 4? And there's your answer. That's a stinker.
$120.
Even losing a dart to the floor, he's got a very healthy lead.
$134.
Just looks so elegant. As you look at the side, when Rob Cross is thrown that, you'll see that little back leg just jump in the air. You can see a little bit of body movement on
93.
there. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's the rhythm. It's what suits you as a player. And as I mentioned earlier, that throw has not changed.
81.
He wants to stay up there to give himself the best chance of leaving a finish. And he is able to get down to one.
160.
So at least he's on Wade's shoulder here in this leg.
That's exactly what you can see, just that
100.
small part of that segment, the treble 20, but he
158.
finds it. A 2 dart you would expect James Wade, despite the fact of missed doubles in the previous leg. It's a tough ask to get the 158. You don't
96.
often see
James
Wade
across
miss
60.
too many doubles. Can he rectify?
Well, that's pretty much textbook.
James Wade.
He would have loved to have
Big
pinned it
leg
first
rock
start at
to
the
throw
double, but
first.
he's hit still a relatively safe single, but slightly to one side. Didn't have to move. Perfect marker, and then finds the double.
Yeah, there's no one better,
100.
possibly ever in the game. And it's almost like, and with the pace of the way he's playing, it's almost like Rob Cross is thinking, I'm going to get an
100.
opportunity. And those last darts can really, really hurt. Wade in total control.
'93. $100.
Yeah, it's 10 years now, isn't it, since Rob Cross came to the UK Open in 2016 as a Riley's qualifier. Reached the last 32. Memorable game with Michael van Gerwen, who hit the 9-darter in that match.
98.
Well, what a CV since then. UK Open finalist, losing out to Nathan Aspinall. And what a conclusion it was to that match.
100.
Yeah, former finalist, but all the other times that he's got to the quarterfinals of this tournament, and this is the 6th time he's reached this stage, he has lost all the other ones. A couple to massive
132.
names in Van Gerwen and Anderson, but a couple to less heralded names, Adam Gavlas, Ricky Evans.
$100. Robbie requires
Keeps the door ajar
78.
for Wade. Well, Cross will be looking at treble 18. Just gets into the single for a big 20. Can he just nestle? And he has to move across the left-hand side of the hockey. Not once taking his eyes off that tops. Feels like a big dart. Was a big dart.
Night leg, James to throw
Well, he's
first.
3 out of
Game.
5 on the doubles, and it's just about keeping him in this game, but it does feel like it's hard work for Rob Cross at the minute.
100.
And probably the mindset of Rob right now is, as you mentioned, at 8 legs, I'm nowhere near my best. I'm disappointed. I was practicing so well, but I know my
140.
best is to come, and I'm only 2 behind. So that just felt like a big double at one. He needs to back it up here.
140.
Did find himself 9-7 down to Dedeco, won the last 3 legs, albeit surviving a match dart. Darryl Gurney, his game with him was tight, and then Cross pulled away at the end. So he is finding stuff towards the end of the game. He's just got to make sure he's close enough to Wade,
59.
where if he does find a spurt, it can be decisive.
Yeah, I felt like it was concentration levels with that Darryl Gurney early does, because he was in total control, leading 4-1. That Dedeker game. I
123.
don't often think when you've had a match dart against you, Mike Dedeker had a dart at tops to take him out. And when you're still in the competition after that, psychologically, it can be a real big positive.
132. James would go 138.
He got there in the end.
90. Robbie
A
requires
match between these two,
170.
and often have very, very special and important moments. Cross looks at the biggest finish of them all.
58. James, you require 48.
Well,
James
just
on the ninth
re-gripped
leg,
for a second or
James
two
Wade.
there,
10th leg,
but then
Rob
finds
throw
the
first.
double,
James.
last start in hand. And James Wade makes sure that he'll go into the final session of this game with an advantage. The question is, how big is it going to be?
99.
Must-win leg for Rob Cross. I say just the one treble. In normal circumstances, I'd say go down to the 19s because you've got a big
60.
wide open bed. But not James Wade.
$57.
Rob Cross much more flexible in moving around the board. He'll always try and do scoring on 20s, 19s and 18s. I say, if you see me going for 17s, something's gone wrong in my
81.
tactics over the course of a leg.
Maybe taking an extra second or two there, Rob Cross. Knows the importance of these 3 darts.
98. $100.
No maximums from Rob Cross yet.
Josh Rock has managed to average nigh on a ton, play 17 legs of darts, win his game against Christopher Tysky without hitting a single maximum, which is the most un-Josh Rock way to win a game that we've seen.
Maybe that's a strategy for Cross then. Stay away from the maximums. He could go bull with the last one. That would still leave the finish.
60.
Felt he could still see enough of
Robbie
that.
require 130.
Said it was a must-win leg for Cross. He looks at 113 to reduce the deficit.
$43.
Chance for Wade to pose a problem for voltage. He's down to a 2-darter.
Robbie
You do
require
not want to let
70.
James Wade have a look at shots like that. Single 20, double 16, 1 dart to make it 6-4.
54.
And it's missed inside,
James
and he
require
has let Wade have a look at
100.
the ton. For a 7-3 lead, it could be decisive. Is it 2 tops? It is 2 tops. He's got the first. And it's just short with dart 2.
Robbie require 16.
Opportunity knocks for Rob Cross. Hasn't been anywhere near his best so far. But he goes up at the second break, just 2 legs behind. It feels like a grinding contest. But Rob Cross is very much still in this contest. He will think, I'm all right, he's telling his friends and family there. James Wade, though, leads after 10 legs by 6 legs to 4.
Welcome back to the quarterfinal session of the UK Open here at Butlins Minehead. We've got Luke Littler versus Danny Noppert on the way before that all-Welsh clash between Clayton and Price. We saw Josh Rock produce an excellent final session to come from behind and beat Krzysztof Ratajski, and Rob Cross, his good mate and something of a mentor to him, is going to have to do the same if he is going to beat James Wade. But Wade has been better than him over the first 10 legs of this one. As you can see, the darts to win legs. It's not spectacular stuff from Cross. I'm relying on going to 6 visits, that's 17 darts, or 7 visits, 19 darts. He can't be doing that much more in the rest of this game, Glen Durran. If he is going to turn this round, he's going to have to do what Josh Rock did and find another gear.
59.
Yeah, interesting dynamic just at the end when he hit that double to stay in this game. He just sort of looked over and said, look, I'm okay, I'm fine. And I think he's gone off for that break now. He's averaged 89 for both of those 2 mini sessions there. He knows he's playing much better than that. And I think he feels right now, look, that's 10 legs. It's not going as planned. Now is my time.
Managed to dig himself out of some trouble late on in games already this weekend, but can he do it against Wade, who has looked granite so far at this year's UK Open, as he has done in many UK Opens before?
Yeah, good word.
57.
And when you are 6-4 down, and I say he just keeps pegging away at you. Just when you think you've got him, he'll produce a maximum. His third of the match.
Doesn't get into a finish, so a ton 40 from that's why he wants to stay there. That's why he needs to stay there, and it doesn't matter.
59.
He'd gone down to the 19s with dart 2. Even if he'd hit a couple of trebles, it wouldn't have left him a finish, and that was what he was desperately trying to do, just to get a chance. Bullseye, no, James? No, it never is with James Wade.
Yeah, I've given up saying that with James. I say that a lot of the modern younger players sort of use that bullseye just to sort of get down to the 117, 116 types of finishes, which these players like you would have guaranteed at least a 2-darter there.
102.
James Wade, he knows better than us. Treble 14 you would expect. Treble 14 it is for tops.
62.
Doesn't matter anyway. He's missed 10 darts at double, but so many of those misses have been irrelevant because Cross hasn't been there to punish. Messy.
38. James
Yeah, not the start for Rob Cross. Double 10 often means one thing with James Wade. There's the marker.
30.
Well, this time Rob Cross is down to a finish, but
156.
such a tough ask.
He would leave that double 18, his favoured double, if he can find a couple of trebles. But once again, when he's going for those big combination finishes, he's just dropping low with that first start.
140.
It is second best, and 10, as we know, is not often a gimme.
What a marker, surely. He's got 2 of them now.
5.
Now, it's not
Rory
Cross
requires
excellence,
16.
it's Wade mistakes that's opened the door for a potential break of throw. We are back on throw in this game.
Rob Cross. Todd leg Rob to throw first.
It felt like a big leg before the break. He won that in 19 darts. We wanted him. He will feel like he had to come out and make a statement in that one. He wins in 19 darts. Cross has got away with
38.
one there. He's not backing it up.
Wade had chances to win both of those legs. It could have been 7-3 and then 8-3, but it's 6-5.
100.
Just didn't feel like anything like that was about to happen, Glenn.
After 5 legs, 4-1 up, 101 average. Wade on the back of that
140.
sensational performance against MVG last night. Absolutely spot on. It was not expected.
100.
You do sometimes feel with James Wade, though, that it's games getting tight that actually just makes him focus and knuckle down and get back to playing his world-class best.
100.
Yeah, normal circumstances, 6-5 in front for James. You'd expect him to go and kick on, but it's been a strange old 5 minutes in those last two legs of dance to bring Cross back into this match. You can just see the expressions and the demeanour of James Wade. Cross will pick up on that.
He did beat James in a quarter-final of a major event here. Would be the Players' Championship finals way back in 2017, the early days of Rob Cross's career. But Wade had beaten him in the UK Open right here much more recently, on his way to the title in 2021.
Robbie require 86.
Oh, Daniel said it's back on throat. You could have a level game here. Rob Cross looking at 86. Wade is on a finish, so the bullseye may come into it. No need, because that's perfect. He looks and stares at that double 16. Will he just go just above it? Level game, 6-6. Game on.
13th leg, James to throw first. Game on. $180.
Three of them, in fact.
$61.
He's a bit wild at times today, Cross, isn't he? He's not as consistent. The alignment is just not bang on today.
59.
Look, he's had pretty chunky games so far this weekend. 10-7, 10-9, 10-6. And in each of them, he's hit 4 or 5 maximums. He's not hit one in this one yet.
80.
It's that finishing that's keeping him in it.
94.
Yeah, he was excellent in that first game. Jan van Veen last 64, both averaged 101. He had finishes in that one, Dan, of 112, 121, 116. Maybe, just maybe,
99.
it's his doubles that is saving him, because he had that match start against them against De Decker. And we talked about that game with Daryl Gurney yesterday. It's been a real up and down few days so far for Rob Cross, but he's level pegging here. Wade looking good though to take the lead again.
Can he find a first max here? Well, the answer's no, but 1040 certainly keeps him interested. For a first ton plus finish of the game, single 8 will be next. That leaves tops.
68. Robbie require
6 from 23 on the doubles for James Wade. Rob Cross has never led this game. He might be moments away of doing that for the first time. Double 14. This feels important.
107.
A dart missed to lead this game. Keeps on missing. But double 10 bails him out. Well, I think that was a sequence of 11 missed darts at double from James Wade, and when he desperately needed to find one, double 10 came to his aid.
Yeah, remember that moment, 13th leg.
51.
Cross with the opportunity, the double 14 to lead the match for the first time, and with his last dart he sinks that double 10.
60.
Feels more like an arm wrestle than a dart match at the moment.
$80.
Look, Glenn, you'll have been in games where you haven't amount to fight back, where you've been second best, but when you do, you get level. You have a chance to lead. If you do not take it, it's got to be a difficult thing to come back from. I know it's all about how you respond to adversity, but that is a blow to Rob Cross, is it not?
Yeah, I think the thing that's really important in that question, Dan, is the fact that Rob knows in his mind that he's nowhere near playing his best. He will be extremely disappointed the way he's played for 13 legs, yet he had that opportunity there. And I can answer that question, but it's the fact he's playing James Wade, that's the big thing, because you've got to nail him when you get the opportunity. Because if it goes 10-8, 10-9, often there's only one winner.
60. 60. Rob, you require 170.
No requirement for this to go, which is a good job for Rob Cross.
$98.
Just keeping his wits about him there. Once again, look at the Scobber's left. That type of finish, and he won't like that. That 72 was looking inviting. It was looking like it was going 7-7. Now it's a must hit. Double six.
Goes through the Rob Cross routine. Step back, the wipe of the hand, staring down that double six. And
On the 14th leg,
he likes that one, Rob Cross.
Rob Cross is 7-7, yet he's averaging under 90.
140.
Snarls at that double six. He liked that.
$60.
He's going to have to find a break of throw between now and the end. He's going to have to do more against the Wade darts, or he's going to have to rely on Wade doing what he did at the start of this session, where he just misses double after double after double and lets him in. And while he has missed a lot of doubles in this game, James Wade, you don't anticipate it'll go on forever.
You don't anticipate him not hitting a 180 in Rob Cross's case. After that
140.
first dart there. Incredibly, after 14 legs of darts, he's such a deceptively big scorer as well. To see him on 0 180s, maybe saving that max for the most important time of this match.
Not a two treble visits, as you can see, but you don't need one of those 4 visit legs. And they're a lot easier when you've got a max in there.
33.
Visits like that, they're just not going to happen.
Yeah, too many times, Dan. He is spraying them about. At times he can look fantastic.
133.
Much more solid from James Wade. He's not panicking about the situation, James. He'll be the one probably more frustrated at the 7-7 scoreline. Is this the time?
135. James should require 86.
Big difference as well. It's enough to force Wade to stay on the 18s and go for the bullseye if it's required. And it is. And it's
51.
not found.
Rob, you require
Tricky finish, the 133.
133.
Once again, looks like he's... I think the possible deal there was treble 19, double 19, double 19.
93. James should require 35.
Chance for Wade.
15 for double 10. Double 5, huge moment. And Wade misses. It's more missed darts from the arch finisher. And Rob Cross can lead this game for the first time.
The concentration levels, you just saw him looking down. Is it part of this process of him just calming down in situations like this? The heart's racing. This is massive.
30. James, you require 10.
Both on double 5. Vital. Absolutely vital.
James Wade. 60 leg Rob to throw first. Game on.
Rob Cross missed a dart to get in front at 7-6. He has missed 3 darts to get in front at 8-7. Time is running out.
$97.
It's been enthralling. It's been engrossing. It really has. It's probably not the game many people anticipated between these two. They've been smashing
54.
in 100 averages left, right and centre. But this has been a proper dogfight. It's been a proper scrap.
100.
Could there be a surge for the line? Wade was head and shoulders above Cross in terms of the standard in that opening session. Since then, it's been so very even. And the 4-1 lead from the first 5 legs might end up proving decisive. Look at that. Cross has just played at the same level all the way through. Wade has degraded significantly. A lot of it is down to missed darts at double.
All 105. James Whittaker 164.
Good decision at the end there for Cross under that high-pressured situation. He's still thinking. I was about to say, was it going to make any difference, because Wade was on that 164. Cross has had this opportunity for 170 a couple of times in this match. This would be a momentum change, that's for sure.
It's just to hold his throw.
All 134.
Well, he gets the next best prize.
68.
But Wade, treble 16 for double 10. Gets the treble. And double 10 is there for him once again, and that is a breaker throw, and Rob Cross must win the last 3 legs of this game, or James Wade will be going through to the semi-finals once again.
Yeah, that's what these great players can do. His interview at the end, he will say, I wasn't at my best. I started the game great.
121.
But he finds ways to win. For Rob Cross, opportunity knocked. He just didn't take those opportunities. Never led this match once. He has 3 legs to be absolutely immaculate.
And that was the best leg of this final session. A final session. So from leg 11 onwards, Rob Cross had darts to win every single leg, bar that last one. You can't say he deserved them, because Wade was missing and missing and missing, but he had chances.
78.
As a dart player, sometimes if you get beaten royally, I was chatting with Luke Woodhouse after he got beat off Luke Humphries, and it's almost like, well, there's not a lot you can do when your opponent's like that. The harder losses, the ones where you know you haven't produced anywhere near your best, and the loser of this game will be thinking of that afterwards.
Well, it's not unlike his performance a couple of years ago at this stage against Ricky Evans, where he's averaging in the sort of high 80s around this mark, and was beaten 10-7, and the same thing might be happening. He is trying to find something.
Wade's looking for his 7th match, not to beat.
Well, he doesn't like the lie of the dart. It's James Wade, so he's going to persevere in the 20s anyway. He's going to do it anyway. However the lie, it's James Wade.
100.
That was going to be a guaranteed trouble. Treble 20. 92 points left. Well. Wade will be back. Not only to check out on 120, but to win this match.
77. James Whittaker 120.
To win the game. With the only ton plus finish of the match. Can he get past that? He can, but not into the treble. So Rob Cross, he's going to have a look at 72, and he's had a few looks at this over the course of this contest.
72.
Yes, it was treble 20, double 6 earlier when we thought he was going to get right back into this game. It's the same route. It's looking like it's the same outcome. It's double 6, 2 darts in hand. This to reduce the deficit by 1. Brilliant Bobby, sarcastically, needs brilliance, gets brilliance. Double 3 to save himself in this.
80 leg Rob to throw first.
Said he had to be immaculate from there. It's a holder throw and a breaker throw to win this match for Rob Cross. They're happy.
The tension, the pressure, the nerve that Rob Cross has just displayed there to stay in this contest.
I think they've got similar character, Dan, in a sense that, you know, when they've got that one dart, and that's the thing I say, that's what you can't teach, that's what you can't coach. That's just replication, that's putting yourself in that situation time after time and just holding yourself together.
137.
Has he found something from somewhere?
45.
Just the 45. We could be going all the way here. This is an excellent leg of darts from Rob Cross. He's having a good couple of minutes here, and if he can carry on for just 2 or 3 minutes more, he might pull off the most unlikely comeback and win a game that he has never led.
132.
Decision to make here. You think 1-3-2, you think bullseye, but the fact his opponent's not on a finish, you go to the treble 20 to what you think is a steady ton. It's making things very, very difficult. That was a nervous look over the weird score, but that is a cracker of a dart.
Should give him 2 darts to level this game up again.
83.
So to go the distance.
Robbie required 49.
It's been such a topsy-turvy game. Not once in this match has Rob Cross led. Now we go into a last leg thriller. Double 16. Looks a good marker.
31. Change required 133.
Can't get the 1-3-3 started. Rob Cross will get more darts. And he may split this. He split it earlier.
Not only did he drag
18.
it, he's left or right. Is he going to burn a dart? Is he going to go direct? He's looking like he's looking at the right-hand side of the board. He hit the double 4 previously. Huge.
14. James, you require 74.
Is that it for Bobby Cross? Single 16. Match start. James Wade has missed one to win it.
Tops has not been his friend today.
4.
Is a friend or 4 for double 2 for Rob Cross. How many chances does he need in this game? We are going the distance. Somehow Rob Cross has got this level. Last leg decider.
From 9-7 down, Rob Cross has managed to win the last 2 legs on double 3 and then double 2.
Does it mean he wins this on double 1?
If it is, it'll be a nerve shredder.
Treble 19's been a saviour, Dan. He's going underneath that treble 20 an awful lot. He won't like it when he turns round, because that looked ideal for another maximum for James Wade. Big dart. Crashed into that second dart, but nestles into the treble 20. Cross needs to respond.
57.
Trebleless. Where's he going now? Well, he does go to the 18s, and ultimately he gets down to a finish one way or another.
Cross needs a 140 to leave a finish. Once again, so many times he's going underneath that treble 20 with the first dart.
59.
Said it so many times in this game, but it's advantage Wade. He can't check out on the 167, but he's in control.
60.
Oh, has the door been opened ajar one more time for Cross? He's like a cat with 9 lives in this game.
He needs another, surely. He's got another, not a first 180 the entire match. It isn't, but he's down to a 1 treble combo. For Wade to win it with the only ton plus finish of the match. He has another match dart, double 18. And James Wade does get over the line. This one-man dynasty of a dart player with the biggest finish of the game, right at the very end. The 3-time champion led from start to finish.